Hello and welcome to my garage. A little bit different of a video this time. We gotta work on this thing. Now that I'm starting to actually do wheelies on it, or attempt to do wheelies on it, I think it's time to start modifying this bike. The first thing that I need to do is the clean air mod, or the fucking crankcase breather thing. I don't see any other videos of anybody doing it on an 07. I see a few of, earlier gen ZX6Rs, but not this one. So I'm gonna make one, I guess. So yeah, this is my 07 ZX6R. I already got the tank up. You have to take the seat off to get the tank up. And you have to take off the side plastics to get the seat off. So this side is 2 Allen bolts for the side plastic. That side is just 1 Allen bolt, and then it's held in by these little rubber grommets and the plastic pins on the back side of the fairing. So yeah, take out the 2 bolts and just pop it off. Then the seat's held on by 2 bolts. Pretty fucking self-explanatory there. Then you gotta pull the tank up, just 2 bolts right here. You can leave the back one in. So then the next thing we have to do is remove this airbox. To remove this airbox, pretty much the easiest way is unplug that, unplug all 4 of the top injectors and lay that bit of the harness over here. And then you want to unplug that fuel line. Leave it connected up here because it's fucking screwed on, and undo the quick connect at the bottom of this fuel line. And then once those things are disconnected, you can take off the frame plugs on either side and then stick a Phillips head screwdriver in there, and I'm about to do that now, so let me go fucking grab a screwdriver. Alright, so I lied about this one. You don't have to unplug it. You can just slide it out of this little holder thing. It's only held in with this little rubber piece that slips into that plastic hook. But yeah, I need both of my hands to disconnect this shit, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, it's out of the bike. Woo! Just a fucking warning, that was a huge pain in the dick to get out of there. So there was 3 things that I forgot to mention that you need to disconnect, and that's this hose that connects to the bottom of it, which you really can't do anything about until you actually pull it up. And then the big one down here, and then this little guy over here that is connected to this bottom corner. Those 2 ports right there. Yes. Alright guys, I'll admit I'm fucking horrible at recording things. So the last clip, I'm sure, which was a couple of seconds ago for you, but this was yesterday for me. I was in the middle of doing the clean air mod on this bike. I got the airbox off. The valve that goes right here in between the 2 ports on the head, I just can't really see too good. Here, let me get a light. Yeah, so I connected that little hose between the 2 ports on the top of the head, and then you can see there's a few zip ties on there. I just zip tied the valve to the bottom of that hose. So the valve is just sitting in that little crevice down there with no hoses attached to it, just the plug. The plug is still plugged in. If you leave it plugged in, hopefully it won't show any FI codes up here. So yeah, that's what you do on that part. And then so there was 2 other ports on the airbox, 3 total, one of them coming from that valve, one of them coming from the big hose right here, and then one that was like a little oil catch can that was like a tiny hose that came up right next to that one, and then it goes to a little bottle on the side of the bike. I removed that little bottle and the little hose because I'm plugging up that hole. And then with the big hose, you just jam, that's 3/8 fuel line, I think. Yeah, pretty sure it's 3/8 fuel line that I just jammed into there. and then got that running up here. I'll probably cut it off like right about here-ish, and I'll put a filter right there. But I need to go to the auto parts store and go grab that filter. The reason why I actually decided to pick up this camera and record some shit is because I just did the windshield fairing cut to be able to run higher handlebars and not be hitting the plastics. So basically how I did this, pretty straightforward, is you go get yourself some masking tape and you create the line where you want to cut. I think I did a pretty good job getting this cut and smoothed out the way I like it. Basically just got the line with this, used this sweet little Dremel here that I borrowed from my homeboy because I don't fucking have one. And yeah, just to Dremel that out. It does leave a really nasty edge because it basically just melts the plastic. So what I did was I used a little bit of this here 180 grit sandpaper, and I just kind of really carefully just sanded the edge until it was nice and smooth. Probably still need to do a little bit of sanding there. This side blended in real good, but still need to sand a little bit on that side. But I sanded it nice and smooth, all the little burrs off and stuff, and then I just got some polishing compound and just kind of rubbed it to smooth it out a little bit. But yeah, not sharp or anything on any of those corners. No, that's what's important. So looks pretty nice, pretty smooth. I think it went well. So I will be installing some fucking adjustable clip-ons here in a bit, but like I said a minute ago, I need to go to the fucking auto parts store so I can get the rest of the shit to finish the Clean Air mod. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for following along on this guy. Alright, what's up, peeps? We're back from the auto parts store. We went and got a little filter here. It is connected to our line. I do have it ran all the way up to the neck and then back to over here, right even with this weld about. I don't know if that length and having it come, you know, slightly back a couple of inches is going to be an issue. If I see a ton of oil over here, next time I pull up the tank and airbox, I can just fucking move it, route it elsewhere. But I think this will be fine. On the airbox side, there's 3 ports that you have to plug. There's the big main one that is now connected to that line that goes to that filter. There's this little one that connected to the pair valve or whatever that sits right here-ish under this. It's actually probably what that recess is for. And then plug up the little tiny one over here. That's just a thing that goes to the little bottle, which is hanging right here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. It is pretty much ready to put the airbox back on. So that takes 2 hands, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, we're about ready to fucking wrap up this Clean Air mod. So we got the airbox back on. Got to reconnect these 2 wire harness plugs. Got to connect the top 4 injector plugs. Reconnect that fuel line down there. And yeah, we're pretty much ready to fucking bolt the tank back down and put this bike the rest of the way back together. So a little bit of a look over here just to see what we did. This main thing with the big old cap on it right there used to be connected to that hose. See that? Well, now that hose is running up the side of the bike over to over there, and that's where our air filter is sitting. And then we plugged that hole on the airbox, and can't really see it, but that valve is under the airbox down there. And yeah, so that valve has now got nothing connected to it except for the wire harness plug that is plugged into it to keep it from throwing any fucking codes. But yeah, that's about it. That's how you do a Clean Air mod on 07 ZX6R, along with the little bit of fairing cutting. But yeah, that's it. I'm about to bolt this tank back on and put the shit back. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. Yo, figured I'd throw this clip at the fucking end of this video. So I got the bike back together after doing the clean air mod shit, and then I put these fucking adjustable clip-ons on. And I'm about to upload the ZX6R Seat Time episode 7. And these feel great. They feel fucking awesome. One of the big upsides is how fucking big this hole down here is now, and I can actually see pretty good when I'm up in a wheelie. So that's nice. It's also a lot more comfortable. As you can see, the switches aren't on the handlebars. Those are hiding down in here. And then on this side as well. So yeah, definitely need to do something about that brake reservoir. I mean, it's zip tied to the handlebar, so it's not going anywhere, but I don't like where it is. So I'll probably change that eventually. But yeah, these handlebars feel fucking great. Really enjoying that. So yeah, that's how this bike is looking now. Pretty fucking sweet with these handlebars and the fairings cut. It has a lot more playful of a feel, and it's a bit more comfortable for just like regular riding, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, also got a cage ordered. Next thing I need to order is a sub cage and a 12 bar, and then after that probably a handbrake and a stunt tank, and then it'll be done. Well, alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.